Hi, and welcome back to my free-to-play Abyss guide. Today is floor 5. The first spicy floor. Pretty sure this one has 2. Yeah. Alright. So first, let's have a look at the leyline disorder. When your HP is greater than 50%, attack and defense are increased by 25%. Greater than 80, attack speed and movement speed. And crit rate when you're so basically you want to be full health in this one. That's the gist of this. Let's have a look. So floor 5 is where the 2-team fun begins, and I do mean fun. It's actually really fun to strategically put together 2 teams to fight this. I've only made it to through floor 7 so far. So all of the floors I've seen so far were basically split into fire and ice, with a couple other elements thrown in. But yeah, so if you have a strong fire character, you put them in the ice half, and if you have a strong ice character, you put them in the fire half. You can also put electricity in either one of them, which is why I think that the electricity characters are overpowered. Like Razor, Fischl, they go everywhere. They're great. Okay, so anyways, yeah. So this first chamber, we got Cryo Slimes and a Pyro Abyss Mage. We got nothing and nothing. So these guys, it doesn't really matter. Like, not because this guy does fire damage and this guy does ice damage, but they don't have any resistances, so it doesn't really matter. And then we got an Electro Mage and a Pyro Agent, so it doesn't really matter for them either. They don't. Well, maybe the Mage, but yeah, not a big deal. So that was ice first, fire second. Okay, so first team is in charge of killing ice. So you're going to want to have you're gonna want a healer that isn't Barbara in their first team. So if you don't have a second healer, just use Noelle. I have Jean, luckily, so I pulled her like I think close to the pity on like very recently, so I got quite lucky on that one. But I mean, Noelle, I think I made it past 4-5 with Noelle. I think I even made it past 4-6 with Noelle. So she's good enough. Obviously, for this one, being topped off is really nice. All right, so having a strong healer is great. So I guess just switch to her whenever her E is up, and just heal everybody up, and then go back to fighting. Anyway, so we're going for fire. So my fire DPS is one of my strongest. So I'm going to, I guess I'll just do this. So again, I have the double air buff and the double fire buff, which is absolutely great. And then on the second half, we're going to need a lot of ice. So in the second round, bringing the water healer is absolutely great because there's no ice characters there to freeze you when you have your E turned on. I'll bring Fischl. I'll put Fischl basically on the side that has the weaker main DPS, or the weaker overall team. And then here I like putting Baidu in because she's strong. If I didn't have her, I'd probably just put Kea or Lisa or somebody in there just to double up on the element that you mostly want to use, right? So whatever your DPS character is, just put the second person as an extra element, so you get the bonus for that. Unless it's like water. I don't remember, but I don't think the water bonus is all that great. Also, I think on floor 5, chamber 3. Let's see this. Here, character defense 30% might actually be interesting, as you're trying to keep everybody full health to keep your damage high, but I'll just go for damage. I think in chamber 3 there is an achievement for not taking any damage.
Think you can get away? Teamwork is dreamwork. Brace yourself. Wait.
So with your extra characters, like for example, you just saw me pull out Bennett and just swing one time. Basically, the weak characters that are under leveled, just put like an instructor set on them, use your elemental skill, and then just put them away as fast as possible so they don't get one shot. And that way you increase the damage of, you buff up your whole party basically. You give your main character, your main DPS, a bunch of extra elemental particles to level up their ults faster. And yeah, we'll just basically go like this and then swap them back out. And his ult's already back up. Bandit's actually quite good in Abyss as a support. Okay, so this is the second half. As you can see now, I'm playing my other team. So you basically, floor 5 and above, you do not get to double use your characters. So you have to have 8 characters to do this. And yeah, I'd recommend at least the 2 DPS characters, like an ice and a fire character or a electric character, to be really strong. And then everybody else kind of, you know, whatever you can afford basically. The problem with free to play is you can't afford to buy resin, so you can't afford, like, you'll run out of money, you'll run out of mats, you'll run out of talent things, like you basically run out of everything towards the end of the game once you're like past level 30, and it really holds you back on getting these floors done, which is why you have to be even more particular about what team comps you bring, which is why I'm making this guide. So that free-to-play players like us have a chance of getting these floors done early instead of... You can always just wait, right? Like if you wait a month, you'll probably be able to do these floors no problem because, you know, the daily missions and stuff like that, you'll eventually out-level this content. But if you're trying to get this stuff done now and get the primo gems for completing all the chambers, then yeah, this is basically the only way to do it, is to be really meticulous about your team comms and use your the little resources that the game does give you. You have to use them perfectly and really max out your DPS.
Think you can get away? Brace yourself.
I'm pretty sure my Bennett has instructor set, which is just great. Ooh, these guys are actually kind of low.
Another test.
My blade, one with my blade, a touch of frost. Submit for trajectory. You're open.
Ice my hammer.
You're open. From whence you come?
Midnight Phantasmagoria. No rest.
Yeah, so the water heal and ice characters just mix really well, because you just perma freeze everything you touch basically, as long as you're doing frost damage. Which this Jong-Yun character here, whenever he uses his E skill, puts every attack after that is basically ice, as long as you're standing inside this circle right here. There we go. Oh, another fun combination if you have Baidu is to do this right here. You turn on Baidu's ult, and basically every time you hit somebody, it zaps them, and if you hit them with water, it basically double zaps them. It's actually really fun and reasonably good DPS. It's not the greatest unless your Barbara is like super pimped out. Alright, chamber 3. I guess I'm gonna try and not get hit, but you know, considering I'm recording this, I'll probably get hit.
Yeah, wouldn't gliding be faster?
Oh yeah, there's no way I'm not gonna get hit.
Nice.
Man, Bendy keeps missing.
Yahoo! Nice and spicy. Let's play.
I think I got hit. Ah, whatever. I'm just gonna kill them all, otherwise this video is gonna be like 3 hours long.
I know how to get me going.
But yeah, basically the approach would be, I would probably use more ranged characters too. The approach is always for the don't get hit challenges is to just play a bunch of ranged characters and kite around. And I think, I'm not sure if having a shield on counts, but that could be another strategy is to just have shields on.
Go, Barbara, go, Barbara, go!
Another test.
These Pyro Asians, I usually try to just lock them down right from the get-go. With this combination right here, it's just great.
Take this!
That tingle?
On for
As you wish, mein Fräulein. That tingle?
Point, my blade.
Can't run from it.
eyes on me!
And that's it for floor 5. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. And floor 6 will be coming soon.